So what tools can we be using to start doing automation as a small medium business, and how do we keep the costs low? So I'm going to cover 3 tools. One of the key tools that I'm a big fan of is the Microsoft Power Automate solution. And here is the workflow for the journal request. So we have what's called a trigger. So any process starts via an event, whether that's somebody manually saying this process needs to happen, somebody sending in a holiday request, or in our case, when a tweet appears that meets our requirements. So we're looking for tweets with the journal request hashtag, but also ones that suggest it's relevant to us. So it mentions data science, AI, or R. We then do a quick check. Is it an original tweet? Because nobody wants to reply to a retweet. We always only want the original ones. And if a tweet gets retweeted, we really don't want that to be triggering lots of emails. So we then get some information about the user, and then we send an email, and we're able to drag and drop the fields from the original tweet and the user to be able to fill in that detail. So all of it is right there. So Power Automate as a solution is pay per user. There's a free version, but you can get extra connectors, so you can plug into more systems and things with the paid version. Most of these tools are in that freemium space, so you can do simple things for free, you can do more advanced things with a monthly subscription. Again, all the green things are kind of clickable, so the little website and docs and book links will take you to the website and to the help spaces and frequently asked questions and things. Power Automate is very good, particularly if you do a lot with documents and spreadsheets, and if you're already in that Microsoft space, but it's very good at kind of the back office tasks. Another alternative, and I use all of these, by the way, another alternative is Zapier. Zapier is very good at stitching together lots of the online little services that you might use. So this is the kind of minimized view about what happens when somebody books some paid consultancy time on my website. So if we get an event, first of all, we check and make sure that it's a paid event. If it is, we send some stuff to PandaDoc, which is my digital contract platform. I then get a message in Slack, so I can make sure that the contract's generated, and so that I can go, woohoo, somebody paid me. And then I sync their data to HubSpot, my customer relationship management system, so I can track that they have that they're a revenue generating customer. Zapier, for something like this, where we have multiple steps, is the paid monthly version, but you can do a very simple if something, do something for free. And then the other final one that is very popular is IFT, which is if this, then that, which tells you what it does. And this is one of my earlier automations, where every time we would post a blog entry, we would write that entry into a spreadsheet, and that would help us then do things like programmatically generate tweets to go and schedule them in. IFTTT also had hue light bulb integrations. So if you have smart bulbs and stuff in your house which can change color and things by an app, I had a lot of fun with my spouse by setting up an automation so that whenever I tweeted, it would change all the lights in the house to a random color. I was kind, at least, to say that that was happening in advance, but you can do all sorts of weird and wacky things with automation. And actually, that sounds like that was a very fun example, but people have taken that capability now and are doing things like when they're working and they're in an online call, when their calendar status changes, it triggers a light color change so that a light just outside the door turns red so that people know not to come in and disturb them, and like let kids run about and things like that. So it doesn't just have to be for practical purposes, it can be for fun, but you can use any of this automation techniques in really interesting ways to meet whatever your requirement is. None of these tools do all of the things. They all have different strengths. And as I said, I use all of them at different times. It's one of those things that usually you'll want to do a bit of experimenting. They're also not mutually exclusive, so you can use all three. But you might find one works a bit better with how your organization works than the others. So don't worry if one isn't perfect, try the other. It's not a problem.